All right, today on CAS Minute, we're going to talk about how to nurture creativity and innovation for your CAS practice. Naturally, our accounting brains really like to stay on the left hemisphere. We like to stay in the consistent, in the black and white, in the A plus B equals C side. But we need to engage the right side of our brains more often and be creative and be innovative in order to yield better outcomes for our clients. So, how do we create a culture of innovation? What are ways that we can instill that? So, here are a few thoughts on how to do that in your CAS practice. First, you need to create a process for innovation and creativity. How do you manage ideas? How do you evaluate ideas in order to not only capture them, but then rank them and understand where should we start testing in order to create a better environment for our team and for our clients? Ideally, you have a centralized location, a database that you're capturing information that everybody has access to, that they can share ideas on how to make their own lives better. And so, starting with an environment where you can share is a great starting point. One way to easily do that is just by setting up a Slack channel, #ideas. And you can have everybody go there to say, hey, I spotted something and I think that there's an opportunity here to improve. And so just by having the open door for allowing people to share ideas, I think is a really good starting point. Another way you could implement this, and something that we do at Full Send, is by having a hackathon. So annually, we get our entire team together to effectively try to break and pressure test all of our systems and tools and processes. The idea behind this is that everybody has a seat at the table. There is no hierarchy amongst ideas in terms of where and how they are generated. We want to evaluate everything from every person in the room to make sure that we're allowing room for creativity to thrive. Another way to start thinking about this is just simply by asking a question. Hey, in your review process with your team, ask the question of what feels sticky? What feels like it should be better? What technology have you seen lately that may be an improvement to your role? Just by asking a question, you can start to open doors to unlock a little bit more of that creative side. The next thing is starting to look at training and development. So, how do you provide problem solving training? How do you provide creative thinking training? And this could just be an element of getting people totally outside of their normal box, out of the four walls that they typically work in. Maybe it's getting outside. Maybe it's providing a new opportunity within a system to train and develop those problem solving skills. By getting people out of their day to day, out of the accounting work, and putting them in a position to think outside the box, you're immediately getting them into a right brain state where they can start to apply what they're learning and problem solving on to the type of work that they're doing. I think that this goes really well with engaging in different types of industries. I think you can accomplish this through the work that you're doing by forcing creativity of individuals into positions that they may not feel comfortable in, yet empowering them in the fact that if they make a mistake, that's okay. There's not any retribution for quote unquote failure, but rather it's an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop and apply those new skill sets into a different domain. So we want to provide an environment where problem solving is a little bit higher in order to elevate the creativity for individuals on the other side of things. Another element of establishing a culture of innovation is tracking outcomes and sustaining momentum on that front. So as a leadership team, you need to communicate, hey, I heard these ideas and here's what we're doing about this. Here's how we're prioritizing some of these ideas that have come through and how we're testing them. By providing that feedback back to the team, you're establishing a mechanism of trust. You're establishing the feeling that you are listening to your team and that you heard them and that you will actually take action on what's happening. So tracking outcomes based on the conversations and dialogue you have with your team really help to reinforce that creative behavior that you're looking for. So not only is that open communication and then management system to track ideas super beneficial, you have to double back on it. You have to always come back to the original idea to say, hey, we heard you. And you want to keep that momentum going because that will continue to foster a culture and environment of creativity. And so the more and more we're able to do this, the better advisors we're going to be on the back end. So I hope that you're striving and pushing that direction, and I hope that's helpful for you. Till next time.